No, useless.
Pango, on the other hand, even if he is having a kind of a okayish game, even bad one, the Rolling Thunder is still a spell that can be quite useful.
True. Very true. It just all depends on how they see the lanes panning out, I think. Like, the Timbersaw is going to do better in lane versus the Earthshaker than the Pango for sure. But on the other hand, I do think that the Pango suffers way more versus a Muerta +1. And Team Tickles have already got it sorted. Shad, Medusa, going back for the classics at the end there, just going to stand their ground and say, come at us.
I'm looking at this. How does it feel?
Split, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like they don't really have the synergy between their heroes other than the two supports.
Yes.
And I'm looking at this Timbersaw as the only source of the early kill potential, right?
Yes.
So the Grimstroke, I think, is going to have to do the heavy lifting. Wherever the Pango or the Timbersaw goes, he has to be there to make sure that the heroes actually die around them. And it is going to be Muerta in the position 1. And this Bane, I love the pick. As Medusa,
Yes.
you only get one item that purges things off, meaning that the Enfeeble will be a problem for you. Shad is not going to be doing damage. Boom and Adzantick, it's all on them.
Agreed. And if they both get the laning stage they want and they both get the items they want, right? The mid-game damage is actually sorted, and they have a ton of playmaking potential with the Weaver Vision, Pango going forward, Timber going forward, both with the with the Inkswell on them. But the counter engage remains strong from Nemiga. Because we do have the Treant Protector being able to pop the ult, phenomenal stuns coming out from Malrine and Xibbe as well. They'll be able to make the plays, but Nemiga will be able to punish them. And this is already after the if both of them get a good laning stage. Because if they don't, you're playing a single running forward hero in either the Timbersaw or the Pango, whoever got the good lane, into a Bane. And Bane loves it when there's just one guy going forward. He is a big fan, loves to grab them and hold them in place for some extra long hugs and kisses.
So, Kips, it is $22,000 for the winner, $10,000 for the loser of the series. Bootcamp in Malta with a 5-star hotel and nothing for the loser, right? Again, winner takes it all. $10,000 is nothing to laugh at, but you want more. Team Tickles already, they didn't go to Malta once. It got out of their hands versus Luna Galaxy. Now versus Nemiga, they're already 0-2. This could be the last game of the tournament, so let's get into it to see if it is gonna be that way. Nemiga currently 2-0, and I really, really like their draft. But Team Tickles, from my side, if they start snowballing this, they actually have 4 heroes that can constantly fight and the Medusa that will be farming. If they can hit those timings, they can win the game. It's not gonna be easy. I don't have that much faith, but there is a shot.
There is a shot, exactly. And my faith after the first two games has suddenly been shaken because before I was like, they have the potential to win this. The enemies are going to make mistakes as well. Team Tickles is the kind of team that can capitalize on that. And then in game 2 was quite the cavalcade of unforced errors, which is something that you never want to see in a Dota team. So I hope they got that ironed out, got their heads on straight, ready to give it some counterplay.
That's what we want to see. We don't want to see this one ending in a 3-0, even though from what we've seen in the first 2 games, there is good chance that that is exactly what's going to be happening. Malrine, you have to be careful here as you can easily die, and well, they're going to be getting themselves away. It will be a 2-for-2 in terms of runes. No surprises there.
No surprises there. And the Bane making his way over to that side lane together with Xibbe. This means that the Treant and the Muerta are going to be together on bot.
Treant and Muerta, that is a formidable lane. I'm very curious to see how well the Timbersaw will do there. He's not as tanky as he used to be, and usually now you have to wait for that level 6 to really be a dominating force in the lane.
Exactly, and the Timbersaw does precisely the one thing that he hates: big single claps. Already laying in the damage.
We're looking at the mid lane where Malrine is getting some denies, but we're also not looking at the bottom lane where Pantomem, this time around, he will be surviving a whole last lane. Boom. And NARMAN, they did put in the pain on him. This time around, we'll do the same, but won't be getting the kill.
Did not expect the big burst damage from the Stroke of Fate to hit him that hard on Pantomem, but luckily enough for him, not punished this time. The benefit, though, is that there's a little bit more dire creeps around right now, so if they don't manage to do anything about this Arona Dire, that's actually going to push into the mortar. She's going to be very happy with that indeed.
And they also got a couple of denies there, so boom, in terms of CS, he's not going to be starting the lane that hot. Top lane, talk to me about this one. This is an interesting one for sure, but I'm not seeing a lot of kill potential overall.
No, from neither side really. The Medusa could possibly die if she gets too many stacks of the axes on her, because the Weaver can do absolutely nothing to stop his enemies from going on Medusa, and in fact he is fragile himself. Maybe overestimated his tankiness there.
I really didn't think this was gonna happen, but this is what happens with the Weaver if you are not careful, as bottom lane Boom is dropping low and, well, he's gonna be dropping down. Nemiga this time around, they're gonna be starting the game with a 2-0 start, and maybe that is a recipe for failure, because that's exactly what happened to Team Tickles in the previous one, and they lost easily.
Yeah, maybe you just shouldn't be killing your enemies. Who knows?
This is the time. I hope the Team Tickles didn't talk about the game all that much in the break, and they were talking more about, guys, project yourselves onto the beaches of Malta. You know, just try to get motivated even more. The motivation will only take you so far. If you're a weaker team, you just won't be able to win. 11 denies on Malrine. 12.
Yeah, why not? He is absolutely rocking ads in the mid lane, and that was to be expected, honestly. Like, as a Pango, you're always going to be able to get the last hits, but it's almost never possible for you to stop anybody from denying you. And in case of an Earthshaker, well, nobody stands a chance, so.
Xibbe is also farming really well here, so we can expect a very early Helm of the Dominator. He did get a Bracer, not really rushing it at all, and that Bracer will allow him to live very easily there in the top lane. 17 CS, all of the cores of Nemiga doing well. Nobody from Team Tickles is being shut down, but they're definitely doing worse than their counterparts.
They are, yeah, and we are looking at a lineup that needs items and levels to get all of their cores going. You want a Diffusal before ads on the Pango starts to do anything. You want that Vanguard at the very least over on Boom before he starts to do anything. And of course the Medusa is not going to move anyway. She's slow as can be. So if those items aren't coming, the moves aren't coming.
A Swarm was used on Hellscream. He does try to heal himself up there with the Brain Stab, but we'll be taking down Dukalis. The bird doesn't go for the Weaver, and because it's Xibbe, he cannot get the kill, but Shad is dropping low, has the stick charges, will be fine. Healing Lotus is available as well. Xibbe, he is the one that has to run into the tower if he wants to live.
Beautiful leverage there of the level 2 on the Mystic Snake. I did not expect them to go that hard on this lane, but Shad is right in that both of these are rather low range heroes. And Feeble Man. What a spell.
Right clicks do nothing. Literally underneath the tower, he's not taking any damage from Shad.
Oh, Shad, more like sad.
Yeah, remove the H from your name, my friend. It has no place there any longer.
Spain without the S.
As I really didn't like that Hellscream when the Swarm connected on him there, when they were diving, that he didn't kill the Swarm first and then wanted to fight. He just ran into Shad to make sure that he takes even more damage. That could have gone better. Ulnit, he does bring down NARMAN, and well, they're chasing down Boom in the bottom lane as well. He's surrounded by trees. He hates trees, and now we know why, because they're just murdering psychopaths. Ulnit, he'll be getting the kill, but we all know who set it up.
Yep. That was really the wrong route to take for our demented goblin friend. So much damage from the Nature's Grasp there. And,
is he demented?
I mean, certainly not all there.
I don't know, goblins always seemed like a bunch that wasn't all there anyway, so...
Yeah, I guess for his race, he's doing quite well.
They're smart, but crazy. Shad just gets destroyed. The snake doesn't even connect back. He had the 10-1 charges to work with, but even if he had used them, the question is, do you live?
Well, does that mean they get a kill over on NARMAN on the mid lane then? Because Dukalis did leave his Medusa high and dry to make this rotation. It's a double damage for ads, which is pretty decent.
Very
a lot of work for him, but yeah.
Very interesting thing there that doesn't happen too often unless you're playing versus the Axe is that the Medusa had mana before she died, because the snake returned at the second she died, and then when you clicked on her it looked like she had 180 mana. Shouldn't have been the case, but it is how Dota works sometimes.
Yeah, that is some same server tick kind of stuff right there.
Marine, he has the Echo, but first he's gonna be dealing with the ward here. Even with the Echo there, I doubt you get the kill, so maybe it's just smart to push him away. The Spango is farming really well, but in terms of experience, he's still gonna be slightly behind the Shaker. Still, in terms of farm, he's up there.
Yeah, he's definitely held his own. He's got the means to make these rotations, and he was checking in the triangle to see if there's any stacks there, perhaps. I mean, there is a Beastmaster on the enemy team. Would be a good moment to put that DD rune to good use and take some extra economy away from the enemy, but no such luck. And Ads just has to use it for the regen instead.
For now, they only put the stacks onto the statue area. Shad slowed down quite a lot. He'll be fine. They're just poking. He has the 1 charges to play with. He's not gonna die.
He wants a Midas, which is why he's currently not rocking any boots, but that is most of his mana gone from a level 2 Nature's Grasp, just because he is slower than the Wolves of Ice Rack.
Swift as the Wolves of Ice Rack?
The slows are coming.
Yep.
He can't hide.
He cannot hide, he cannot run. He does have the wands, but now he doesn't have anything else left in the tank. The wand will get broken. So we were already changing his name, so maybe now it can be Ron.
Oh, poor guy. Doesn't get to keep his name, doesn't get to keep his life. He finished the Midas.
Yep, that's good.
He made the sacrifice, so he got the payoff.
And the new Midas, it's not that big of a deal that you're dead with it. Imagine how bad he would feel if it was the old Midas without the second charge. That would be pretty much a disaster.
I mean, you just hold off with buying it until you've respawned, right?
That makes you feel better?
It's all about the moral gains.
Ulnit is in trouble. He did use the scan just in time and gets back into the tower. Perfect for him. He even broke the smoke. Team Tickles, Pantomem is gonna be coming over. He kinda offers himself up, and Ulnit now comes over to fight. He uses the calling there. His tree is still alive. Ulnit goes for the ulti, and that's gonna be so much damage to boom. Marine gets 2 smacks. Adzantick, he does have the shield. Not any longer. Ulnit, can he survive this one? 2 stick charges. He has the strength shreds. He is completely fine. The Fury is there. Adzantick, he's so afraid that they're gonna be losing this Grand Finals 3-0. NARMAN in the vicinity. Maybe that's a target that you can bring down. And most definitely, while this was happening, Pantomem was getting himself a nice healing Lotus. And then he was getting himself a 4th kill in this game. 4-0-3 for the Chain Protector. It does leave Xibbe alone, who doesn't care one bit.
Does not at all. I mean, this is Boom has been forced into taking all of his points to do reactive armor, so he doesn't actually deal that much damage right now. And that just means
it means that the Adzantick is dead, even though that makes no sense, but it is a cold hard fact that he'll be taken down. Calling silences him, and the stuns from the Shaker don't allow him to move, and they want more. Boom, he has nowhere to go. What is he to do? The support is level 6, he's not even close to that. Team Tickles, last game, they were the ones that had the level 6s on the supports. Now, they don't have the level 6s on the cores.
And they are struggling to get their supports there as well. Like, Dukalis gets his top lane right now. NARMAN gets a little bit of EXP in the mid, but in the meantime, they are losing this bot tower on a lane where they started the trouble in the first place.
Malrine is gonna be so happy for going to Malta. I know every single time I've interviewed him, he was super happy when he was winning. He was saying, I love my team and stuff like that. Now he's gonna be loving them even more when they're playing beach volleyball.
Well, let's hope that they're not tasting the win yet as much as you are, because that is the kind of thing that mistakes and greedy plays are made of. But I gotta say, this kind of lead, especially when you know the enemy draft has several farm hills left to climb before they can do anything against you, yeah, that would give me confidence as well.
I'm just excited for Malta. It's such a cool prize for the end of the tournament, right? The prize pool is great, $50,000. It's amazing for 4 tournaments in a row that we had, because this is the 4th one. But that little thing that gives you a rest, plus it allows you to play Dota as well if you want, that just that is a win for me.
It's the kind of thing that mid-tier teams often, like, maybe they will provide a bootcamp for you at the org, but that's most likely going to be the cheapest thing that they can manage.
This is the exclusive bootcamp.
Oh yeah.
Exclusive.
Like the Intercontinental, right?
Yeah.
That's TI level hotel right there.
For sure. Pantomem, he gets a tower, he's getting everything to go his way. He's the most farm support by far, looking to even overtake Boom, who was bullying him in the previous game. Malrine has the haste, has the blink dagger. Have you ever seen more mobility 12 minutes in? Very, very rarely.
Very rarely. Yeah, he's just gonna high five his tower. He's feeling it, and you know, teams all on the flanks of the map. Gonna do something. He's I like the standoff between Malrine and Az there. Malrine waiting for his opponent to show his hand first. If Az enters the creep wave there, he would have been toast.
Yeah, for sure, it would have been destroyed in a second. NARMAN does have the Phantom's Embrace level 1, and we've seen so many times that the Grimstroke stops the Shaker combo, so maybe they wouldn't have been able to do so, but now Malrine in the smoke, he has help, Adzantick Rolling Thunder, he knows that he would have died 100%. He's gonna get slapped, doesn't matter that you're in a Rolling Thunder, you are still going to die. Nemiga and their positioning and their playstyle, it is just on another level here. 11-1, 3k goal lead, cruising through the grand final. If they win this one, it's gonna be a 5th game in a row that they have won versus Team Tickles, showing that they're definitely a much better team at the moment.
Absolutely. And it's only escalating. Like the first map looked close, but as the series has continued, this has just gotten worse and worse for Team Tickles. They're now going to get their what little stacks they had taken away as well.
Oh, they're just getting destroyed, Tickles. What is their play, Kips? Come on, give us what are they to do? Is it all on the Medusa now?
It can't be on the Medusa this early. It cannot.
Okay.
You're like the Fusel Blade is still going to pack a punch, but you need to get it. And the problem is that you have no heroes to throw under the bus to make sure you guaranteed get that Diffusal Blade. So Az is constantly showing this. Right now, if you have a Beastmaster or something like that, he could be pushing the bottom tower, but boom, bad laning stage, not confident, cannot show on the map, and it means that Az is constantly getting hunted.
And this is all pre-Helm of the Overlord. It is not even the timing for Nemiga for them to be overtaking everything. And they are. Currently, Team Tickles are doing a good job at dodging this Blink Dagger of the Shaker, but it is costing them so much farm on the map.
Exactly. You need to let the waves come in so much more further to make sure that people can actually back you up if you ever get dove under tower. As opposed to, of course, not getting dove at all, you're just out there and you get murderized.
I really like this aggressive vision here. It will allow you to get some really clean kills. As Team Tickles, they're probably going to be a little bit more careless on the bottom lane. It's just how it goes. The Overgrowth used and Malrine coming in with one swap. The Aghanim Shard on the Grimstroke, he won't have it at 15 minutes in the game. It's a long time since I've seen this. Yeah, it's very rare.
Everybody rushes that, but it's available. He does not have the money. It is Morpheus just putting casual pot shots into their bottom tier 2 at 15 minutes.
So, you know, usually they say what is rare is also valuable. Well, I found the fluke in that logic. The Fiend's Grip will be onto the poor Timbersaw once again. Swashbuckle doing some damage to Malrine, but very nice fissure as well to keep him away. Hellscream might be going down. He's the only one that died in this game so far. Slow onto Ulnit. Swashbuckle, he's still alive and now uses the brain sap. That is a dead Adzantick. He tried to go for a kill. He tried to go for it on the only hero that died so far on Nemiga, but he is not gonna be dying again. Hellscream is laughing so hard. This guy, he's never sad. I mean, I would be happy as well if I wasn't losing a single game in the tournament. Okay, 1.
Absolutely ruthless, that man. Yeah, and I mean, he's correct. He needs to make the plays. He got the Diffusal Blade finally. That was an opportunity for his team, but he is too ready. Finger on the trigger, shoots himself in the foot instead.
You know those big matches, and then they're like in box or something. They're like the undisputed champion of the world. Yeah, well, Nemiga are gonna be the undisputed champions of the Malta Vibes 4, as I cannot emphasize it anymore. This team only lost 1 game so far. It's looking like they're gonna be taking a grand final with a 3-0. And in what fashion? Kim's second game lasted for 23 minutes, and this one, it might even last less if they continue with this onslaught.
I mean, you said it before, that there was a possibility that they would be done before the original start time of this series. And that prophecy might just be fulfilling itself right now. Shad? Oh, my friend. You are in such a world of hurt.
He got slept. He is gonna get stunned. He got the ulti off. They're turning to stone. This might be the turning point in the game. Going for the rolling thunder. It's clumped up together, but it doesn't matter. The overgrowth will be keeping Adzantick away, going through all of them, doing some damage, but they are just standing their ground. They're so freaking strong at the moment, dealing with the couriers, dealing with the swarm. The swashbuckle very strong, but now they have the Fiend's Grip still. Malrine is dropping low. He's gonna be stunning the Weaver. There's the dust, and there is no more Weaver as the bug has been swashed. The sleep will be there immediately. NARMAN has been woken up from a nightmare to an even worse situation, and the fear onto boom going forward, getting into the science. He's dead. He only gets a triple kill. 18 minutes in, 20-1 complete destruction of Team Tickles, who cannot get a kill. They got only 1 for 18 minutes, Kips.
I know, and once again they were not really together for this fight, with Boom only coming in all the way at the end there, walking in from the side while the rest of his team was dying. If it feels hopeless, it's because Team Tickles is like projecting some real hopeless energy right now, and to be fair, if you were in their position, you probably would be too.
Yeah, I'm not blaming them. I'm projecting hopeless energy here as well, and I'm not losing the Dota game 20-1, because I was hoping for at least 4 games in this.
Are they going? They're going.
Yeah, they're going. They are gonna be killing the Bay. Let's go. The second kill, the third kill for them. They tripled their kills in such a small period of time. The Soulbind and the double science really coming in handy. Nemiga, they're still gonna be getting something on the map, but this is the start of a turnaround, Kips? Question mark?
I mean, definitely a necessary component of one. If it wouldn't have come now in the time that they're taking down the roads, they're just... Nemiga are never going to stop holding hands anymore, so this was one of your last shots at actually getting a proper pick-off, and they nailed that one.
I have been longing for a team to GG out when the score is 3-22 or 22-3 for a very long time, and they would be real chads if that is what happens here. Though I doubt it will, because if Tickles are GGing out, it's because they got the team wiped. But finally they got themselves a tower, so something going their way in this game.
I mean, you were not the only one who was looking at that number. I'm like, eh? So that's a 3 and a 2 right there. Our memes could be real.
It really could be. The side of Nemiga, now they have a gem, so they want to be dewarding everything. They did pass a ward, but not close enough to it. Ulnit, though, he now has the Aegis, so we'll be going for the push, and we all know how fast the Muerta can do so if there are no creeps in the vicinity.
Absolutely. A little
Bye-bye, tower.
Extra attack speed as well from those drums. And Xibbe, I mean, we haven't even really talked about the Helm of the Overlord here, but This push never has to stop. Ever.
It's because the Helm of the Overlord is usually that turning point in the game.
Yeah.
Wasn't so in this one. Oh, smoke from Tickles. They're searching for the Shaker. Who's more patient, Kips?
I can't believe that it's going to be Maureen.
Oh, is it Malrine? Jumping away,
Yeah,
Rolling Thunder was used, Adzantick coming in, Linkswell is there, they're gonna try to kill him, the silence will connect as well, running away for now, he needs some help, they need to remove all of those things from him, and with the added attack speed, we'll be able to do so, time lapse was used, the Shaker gets himself to the high ground, and the Weaver will die. Malrine, he was in a defensive enough position to survive that. Team Tickles, their rotation just unsuccessful. We're only 1 kill away. We're 1 kill away, Kips.
1 kill away from the dream. All right, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Boom right now?
Who dies?
Yes.
I'm gonna say the one that dies is gonna be a Weaver, the one that is dead right now.
Alright, Weaver again. So this shove here, you don't think any heroes of Tickles are gonna die? I guess they're going for it very, very straightforwardly, right? Unless Hellscream accidentally... No.
This is the thing. Everybody else was an easier guess than the Weaver. If I get this one right, I'm gonna be looking cool. So I just went with that.
I don't know, man. He's going to be moving forward. Right now, Shad?
Shad? He lost mana. Can he get the ulti off? Yeah, there it is, but he lost all of his mana, and he is actually gonna be the one that falls. Ulnit going in. He wants to destroy our dream, but we are enjoying the 22-3 at the moment. Boom, dropping low. Xibbe doesn't have the roar any longer. The glyph will be used, but can you really defend your racks still? Because the Aegis is up for another minute and 30 seconds. As the overgrowth was used, and Boom will be taking down Malrine. Gets him with a long-range fissure from downtown. Malrine is just laughing his ass off. Look at that.
Yeah, this is a good time. You can, like at this point, muscle memory just takes over. When you're this far ahead, you don't really have to focus all that much anymore. Everybody has agency. It feels very good to make all your calls because you know you don't have to doubt about whether they're right or not. You know how strong you are. And you're cruising right to the island.
I've played with some younger people in teams in the past, and I know exactly what they're talking about. Like, oh, imagine all of those girls in Malta. Yeah, let's go. I'm 100% certain that's what they're going for. Ulnit, what's with that attack speed? He just destroyed the poor Pango. Yeah, I know, Kips, there's nothing to analyze. No problem.
No.
We're just gonna be talking. They're killing the Raxes. They're winning the game. They're getting the 22,000 gold lead. Kips has nothing to say right now, as really, there is nothing to say. Team Tickles, completely helpless. The roar will be used. This is just looking like taking candy from a baby. The thing is that candy is worth $22,000 and a trip to Malta as well. Nemiga, they are celebrating tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at them. That is fantastic. They are having such a fantastic game right